Alright guys, Lord Ninja 101 back at you here on YouTube. I've had a big request for this video, so I'll make it and I'll put it up. As a lot of people have not released this kind of build, I'm going to do it anyhow. So yes, this is the EP Cold Monk for trials to gain 60 plus keys. Alright, so let me switch right into the game here and I'll show you the gear and the setup I was running that you guys have all been seeing me use on the stream. Alright, so let me fire in a game. Alright, there we go. Alright, so basically put here, the build itself consists of certain pieces. You have to make sure you have these particular pieces in order for it to get it to work properly. You, of course, need the fist weapon, that is the exploding palm weapon. Try if you can to get a dex, a damage roll, and the regen. Try to get the number at least plus 90 so that you can re-roll it, gift it, and get your open socket. It also requires the 3 pieces of the Sanwuku set. Ideally I would go with the gloves, the shoulders, and the amulet. You also require, for this particular thing to work properly, in order to proc it properly, you'll need the Gundo gear, primary stats, cold, dex, vitality, and of course crit chance. The secondary resist is more of a priority for doing the build in greater rifts. Alright, also you'll need 3 pieces of the innas. Okay, I go here with the chest, the belt, and the pants. You'll also require a pair of Crudus boots. Make sure they roll dex, bite, movement speed, and have the ability to roll exploding palm damage. It's the only way it's going to work. A secondary weapon, you can try using other weapons. You can also use a Born sword. You can also use the Injum, but primarily I like the Sledge Fist. Get a good damage roll on it. Any kind of reduction, cooldown reduction, resource reduction. Secondary, aim for at least some kind of a spirit, and of course these also naturally roll a chance to stun on hit. The 2 rings I've been using is the Royal Ring, because you need to make sure that you get the 4-piece Sanwukus and the 4-piece Innas. Okay. The other ring I've been using is the Mantle Heal, primarily because I can get a dex bite, a cooldown roll, and a spirit regen, which also help me. The 3 gems I was using was the Bane of the Trapped, the Gizzard to help me keep alive, and the Swiftness gen so I can stack the cooldowns as it goes up. Primarily you want to get your damage somewhere over the 1,000,000 mark. Clearly my gear could be much stronger, so that I could actually get it to go much higher. For the gloves, make sure you get a dex. Primarily you wouldn't necessarily need the vitality roll there. You could go attack speed. Make sure that you get a crit damage. Make sure you get a cooldown roll there. Same thing with the shoulders. Go dex, bite, all res, and cooldowns once again, so that you try to get as many cooldowns as you can. Also get the Rorik's Crown. Primarily you wouldn't necessarily have to have the crit damage on there. What you're really after is the secondary of any gem socketed. You'll gain a certain percentage. Try to get the helm into the high 90s just to make it effective. The skill setup that I've been trying on the stream that seems to be the most effective is to have Exploding Palm and Pending Doom, because it's the highest damage output. Cycle and Strike Implosion gives you the higher radius of 34%, so you can pull in. Forbidden Palace, because it slows the enemy and they take more damage. Blinding Flash, Self-Reflection, causes more damage to them, so when I apply the Exploding Palm they can blow up much faster. I'm using Mystic Ally, Air Ally, so they'll help me regen spirit much faster. Desert Shroud, just to make sure that I can reduced damage incoming, so it's a very effective skill. These passes I keep changing around to find sort of the best comp, but the last sort of keys I've been able to get in the 60 range. I was using Beacon of Yirtar for the cooldown, 20%. Exalted Soul that gives me the ability to regen spirit a little bit faster. Near-death experience just to keep me alive in case something does proc me, especially the heavy beasts in the higher levels. Unity just so it increases my damage output. This is sort of the setup I'm toying with. As I sort of progress a little bit further and do a little bit more testing, the build will obviously change, and if it does, I will definitely update it. As for the legendary gems, I've been using Bane of the Trapped, the Gizzard, and the Swiftness gem. These are the ones I've been primarily using. You could, if you're finding that your survivability is fine, you could definitely take out the Gizzard, and you could probably go more offensively. So you could use a bleed one, like the gem of infectious intoxication. Another one you could also use, which I will be experimenting with, is the new legendary gem that we got this season called the Ice Blink, which has the ability to make your cold damage much more powerful. So it's one of the builds in progress. I will update it as I sort of figure out some more calculations to see if I can't push it much higher. Alrighty guys, so that's the basic thing. If you guys actually want to see the build in action, feel free to check out my stream on Twitch TV, Lord Nitro 101. That's it for the guide, guys. Like I said, I will update it as I gain more progression. Thanks for tuning in.